All right. We are going to be discussing how to make this type of hue combination right here. The same thing with this type. This hue type is good because we want the back part of our hue, of our top hue, to last longer than the usual way this part will last. So we have decided to put crepe here, while this part is Nora. The same thing on this one too. This is a crepe also, while this is Nora. So that's what we are going to show how to do in this video. To be able to achieve it, we will need to get our hue pattern ready. Our hue pattern, depending on the type of type of hue you want to do, depending on the shape of the hue, it is based on you. So this is what our own hue pattern looks like here. We are going to show how to make that very type of hue from scratch to the end. So after getting your hue pattern, we are going to draw it on a piece of art paper like this. In this case, we are using attachment paper for weave on, this type of paper. Then we are going to cut it out. Like so. So after cutting it out, we are going to use our ruler to divide this pattern into two sides, into two portions. And when we do, we have to make sure it is not straight. We have to make it slant. So you can start from this region up to this region. It's dependent on what you want it to look like and how slant you want it to be. So we are just going to draw a line like this. So when you are drawing the line, make sure you apply some pressure as though you want to cut it off. That's because we need to bend it like this on both sides. So after bending it like this, we will now cut. We are going to draw this portion on the plain Nora, while this part is going to be on the crepe material. So this is our crepe material right here. This is a 3mm crepe. And one thing to note when you are doing this kind of hue, you have to make sure that the two parts has to be the same height. So you don't want to use crepe 3 and Nora 4 together. You want to use something of the same height. So in this case, we have this is our crepe 3, Nora 3. This is what it looks like. If you bring it close enough, you see that they are roughly the same height, right? Yes. Also, we have this rather soft Nora. It's also a Nora, but it's quite soft, and it's also the same height. So this is what we are going to be using for this practical right here. So to start, we need a biro. Of course, we have it here. This is our crepe. We are going to turn it over to the inside part and draw the two pieces right here. There. So after drawing this back portion, we need to hold firm and lift this part like this and draw the front portion straight also. Then we'll move on to the Nora part. We are going to draw the Nora on the surface. We drew this one on the inside part, but the Nora we are going to draw it on the surface part. So to do that, we are just going to draw it like this. I think the direction of the Gucci itself, of the GG itself. We are going to mark it out with a silver pen because biro will not show. So if you are using a plain Nora tool, you have to mark on the surface of the Nora, the part that will be touching the ground. So let's cut out. The same thing as this. All right. Maxwell, why are you crying? Do you want to sleep? So after cutting it out, you will see that I left this back portion, the part we are going to attach them together, I left it uncut. So this is how to cut this straight region. We need a ruler, then we need a cutter. You can use this kind of cutter if you have it. You can also use this one, or there's another one that is very useful too. So we are just going to go with this. So when you cut this one, you put your ruler on the straight line like this. You put your ruler on the straight line, and with your cutter ready, you are going to cut it in such a way that it will not be straight like this. If you want to cut straight, then you are going to do something like this, right? It will be straight. But this time, when you want to cut, you are going to slant your knife like this, such that you will be cutting under the knife. So we are going to cut now. You see the way the knife is slant? It slants towards the inside of the ruler. Towards the inside of the ruler. You can see now that it is a bit slant, right? It is not straight. And make sure you drew the part for the softer material on the surface that will be touching the ground, while the part for the crepe should be the inside. Now we do the same thing for this one also. We are going to cut it inside. You will notice that this one is a tougher material, so it will take a bit of time for it to cut out. It will not cut out easily, especially if you are using a good material. You can see how long it's taking to cut. Yeah, finally we are done cutting. So we cut this part with the surface up, while this part with the surface down. So all you need to do is to turn over and join it like this. You can see that they have closely matched. If you cut it very well, you will see that they will match just closely enough. Now the next thing you need to do is to just apply some glue on either of the surface. You can apply on this part or this part. Make sure you're not applying too much. Just a film or glue is enough. So after applying the film of glue, you want to press it together. You want to press it together. When you press them together, make sure you are moving so that the glue underneath will not stick to your surface right there. So this is simply how to do our two-piece crepe and Nora. Then you need to layer this one on top of another Nora so that it will act as reinforcement, so that this one doesn't pull off. Of course it will not pull off because we've been using it for quite some times now and they've been lasting very, very long. So that's it. You can paint this one black if you want, but that's all about this course. Thank you.